St. Paul tells us that if you say you have love but you don't show it in actions, then you're a liar. And he also says that by his actions you will show his love. And somewhere else he said, those who don't work don't eat. This is Mission Alive. I'm Roger from the MSC Mission Office. Mission is not alive unless there is action. And often the action has to be concrete and down to earth. And doing something real for people to give them a good life and a viable life. I just want to run through a few examples of projects deliberately set about by people in the church in order to give people a source of income and a sustenance. In Daru Kiunga Diocese in the western part of Papua, I mentioned recently in relation to the Montfort priests and brothers, the bishop there initiated a farm. He got land from the government and initiated sandalwood plantations. Sandalwood's a bit tricky. At a certain time of its growth, it has to be treated in a certain way in order for it to grow into a good tree. And he had people, experts in this, come in and monitor this thing and bring people in from around the diocese to teach them how to grow and to develop sandalwood. And then from that farm, they would get seedlings and give them out to people in different parts of the diocese. And so people in the long term could have a viable income. In the Philippines, Father Richie has a sustainable development farm and a whole school and a farm with all kinds of things in it. It's for sustainable agriculture. And there they have different types of fruit growing. They plant different types of rice. They teach people about all of those things so that people can have a more diverse farming method and crops and make it more sustainable. And also to plant trees that are native to the area and to plant strains of rice and other crops that are threatening to die out, the traditional grains and crops. In Africa, there's a whole number of places where the MSCs, when they get water from bores, what immediately follows is not only for the human use, but for gardens and for the animals. And so again, it makes it easier for people to have food, to have animals for food, for selling, for breeding, and so a more sustainable life. In the Sudan, where Sister Rita does a lot of work, the sisters there employing some of the youth to plant fruit trees, which will be, as all trees are, a carbon sink, and also to give fruit for the people. And what always follows also from when they put down boards is gardens. But I mentioned before how some of the gardening has given women particularly more status in the family and the tribe. In our French-speaking Africa, we have funded from the Mission Office some funds for making small farms for the priests to run and to give them a sustenance for their living, because often there they don't have much sustenance. The people do not have enough money to support the priest. So if they have a small farm, they can have a few crops, veggies, some animals to support themselves on those small farms. And so that's supporting the missionaries. In Papua New Guinea, in our novitiate, MSC novitiate, Vunapau, we gave tanks which would give them an assurance of water for personal use and washing, but also they use it for a garden to grow vegetables for the novitiate. So a lot of these things, mission isn't up in the air, airy-fairy. It's not just preaching and praying. It's doing something practical, something real for people to give them a better life, a more sustainable life. And these is a lot of our projects from the Mission Office do precisely that. This is Mission Alive. Let's carry on with our mission today.